In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 upgrades that the tenants want to see on the property, not the investors. And backed by popular demand is Adam Wonus of Atrium Management out of Orlando. And he's going to clue us in on what these tenants are after. Stick around. Let's go. I'll be speaking with Adam Wonus, one of the partners of Atrium Management out of Orlando, Florida. Adam and his partner Mike Kraus manage thousands of units across Central and North Florida, so they've seen a thing or two. Now, Adam's also an investor himself, and he's done development work and has a prior extensive history in lending for Wells Fargo, Mercantile Commercial, and even CBRE. To learn more about Adam, I've got a bunch of information down in the description below, links to his company and information about him and how you can reach him. All right, let's jump right into this. Adam, welcome, brother. It's so great to have you on here. You're so well known in the Florida market on the management side. I know you do a lot of investments yourself. Today, we're talking about what are the top 5 upgrades you see that tenants want the most. What's your first one?
First one is washer and dryer in unit. It's so important. So whenever we take over an asset right now that doesn't have them, we're figuring out a way to get the washer and dryer in unit for the residents.
So not just connections, but are you doing the actual washer dryers themselves?
It depends on the asset and where that was. Most of the times on some of the buildings that we're taking over, it either has them or it doesn't, and we'll kind of run with that programming. If they didn't have any, we won't bring all of them in for the residents. We'll do it on a case-by-case basis as the units turn.
So you're saying it may just be a laundry room that you need to bring on because it doesn't have anything at all. Or if the units themselves have the capability to have connections, you're adding connections. And then further, depending on the location, where it is in the market, the demographics, you may also add washer dryer if you believe it's going to have an ROI on it.
Yeah, we'll be able to increase the rent a little bit if we have to add it. But my main piece is just making sure the units have that connection so that people aren't going to the common area laundry rooms. They really want to see that in their unit.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is easy. Stainless steel appliances is just still, it's been for a little while, but we do find again on takeovers where we have mismatched appliances and people will leave that. People don't want the cheapest white appliances. They don't want the cheapest black appliances. They want stainless steel appliances. And it's an easy give to the resident and gives that initial pop when they're looking at the property.
I love it. Sometimes you hear from investors, and I'm wondering if it's just them telling themselves that it's the best because it saves money is, oh, well, residents don't like stainless steel because it leaves fingerprints and it's hard to clean. So that's why we did black.
Yeah, I've never heard any resident say, thank you for getting me this all black appliance set.
Exactly. I love that. All right, man. What's number 3?
Number 3 right now is one that we're starting to implement in all of our properties, but it's online fitness component. So if there's a gym area, we're finding a way to bring in similar to the Pelotons, the Nordic tracks, where there's an online component. So we're taking a room in the property, putting a large screen TV and then putting some bikes in the room so they can have an experience where they have a coach online. And that industry is expanding so much. And you say, hey, well, people can put a Peloton in the room. Well, in your apartment, you've got limited room as it is. So giving them an area outside of that space where they can go and work out and enjoy themselves has been a big hit.
I've also seen sort of it's almost like a tall mirror looking television screen where you can actually, choose workouts and
it's got the weights in there.
Right. I love that.
I was talking to Mike, my business partner, about it. I'm like, we've got to have it. It's pretty cool.
What's your next one?
Next one is technology. Again, smart apartments are very important. You see people becoming more and more conscious about their impact on even the environment. They want to be in their own environment from a monetary standpoint. So where they can control their ACs from their phone, they can control their locks. Technology is just making life easier. And it's a big selling feature that people want to see right now in their home.
I love it. I agree. Number 5.
Pet friendly. This is
yes.
70% of US households have a pet. And over the pandemic, that stat was from 2020 at the beginning. I bet that's even increased. I saw a commercial the other day where a guy had an iguana and he said they ran out of dogs.
Nice.
These apartments, they need to be pet friendly. If you're adding a amenity where there's a dog park or a washing station outside, they want their pet to feel like they can live in this place as well and call it home.
That's
So anything you
awesome.
can do to get the pets involved.
And let me ask you while I have you, maybe this is a little more of a bonus, but I picked up pickleball in the last few months and I freaking love the sport. And I'm seeing a lot of tennis courts being converted or pickleball courts added. What are you seeing?
It's funny you say this because it's come up like 4 times in the past month. It's crazy and everybody loves it. And I've never played, so I need to get
Oh, it's the
my butt in
best.
gear. But I believe we're adding it right now on 2 properties in downtown. But
Okay.
that'll be the first time. So I don't have any experience with it. I know that I can't stop hearing about it, and it's something that I need to look at. And they may be even adding it to the properties right now. So
Good deal. Well, I've got a couple of friends that are actually adding them to their backyard and they range anywhere from like 30 to 40, $45,000 from scratch to add them. And of course it could be, obviously it's a much less if you already have a tennis court. A lot of the tennis courts are being sort of done away with and converted into a couple of pickleball courts.
yeah, basically breaking like 4 courts or something like that.
Adam, man, those were fire, man. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.
No, thanks for having me.
You bet. Man, I'm glad you stuck around to watch that. That was some really good advice from someone who's deep in the trenches. If this video brought you value, please hit like down below. Make sure you give me a subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're made aware each week when the video comes out. See you on the next one.